everyone, Artie Tambarambaa, also known as Tammy Porter. Thanks so much for stopping by my YouTube channel today. And today I'm doing this flamingo page using lots of art by Marlene, which I'll talk about in a minute. But let's go through what I used to start with, and these are all in the description box. So I'm using the new gel medium matte, white gesso. I've got one of my favourite stencils from last year's Advent. I'm using the little animal mini journal, creative white journal, and I've been putting animals on every page. I use the Silicone spatula and a quote from the Golden Oldie book and a couple of the markers in different colours, and then I also use some paints. I've got cheesy, I've got hot curry, which is your orange, I've got ballet, and I've got funky. Funky is the neon pink, and punk, which is the neon purple. And then I grabbed these napkins. Now, these napkins came out a while ago of Marlene's, but there were so many in a packet, and because the new art gel medium had come out and the spatula, I thought, I'm going to use some of those. So basically I have torn off, I've grabbed a napkin, and then I've torn off this. They come in 2 layers, so you need to remove the bottom layer, and that is just white, and that's great to keep for stamping on with Marlene stamps, etc. But I basically just wanted these flowers to go across my page because I dug out that flamingo. So I got a bit of a confession to make. I made this video a while ago, so I made it just before the new release came out, and all the girls had received theirs. I live in Australia, so they get theirs way before I do, and mine's usually a good couple of week wait. And so I made this video because I thought, I can't wait, I've got to put my videos up and get them going. And then my box arrived really quickly. It was a really big surprise. So I then got madly creating videos with the new stuff. So I have rescheduled this to a bit later. And I'm actually away on my honeymoon, I think, when this will go, when I have scheduled this. So it's a year later, but so I've been busy getting videos up to date, ready for you. So when I'm away for a while, you've got plenty to watch. Okay, so I'll go back to explaining what I did. So with the napkin, I took off the top half, and then I just used a brush that's wet to go around the edges of those flowers, and that way then it will just tear along that edge. So you don't want to use scissors and cut, because you will then get a sharp edge, which is really hard to hide when you're doing the background. So by tearing and using the paint brush technique with water, it makes your life a whole lot easier. So I basically had picked out that flamingo. So he's from the old Golden Oldie book, but I'm pretty sure in that new Golden Oldie book there are so many elements, thousands of them, that you will find a flamingo somewhere. And because flamingos are pink, that's why I went with the background. And I'm actually trying to make friends with orange. I'm trying to include orange in my work, which you've probably heard if you've been watching my videos. And so I began the page, pink and orange and yellow all look beautiful together. So I began by adding orange straight down into the background and just sort of around the edges, because I knew that the flowers would go through the center. And then and I actually did mix that orange, the hot curry, with a little bit of white or gesso, just to tone it down a tiny bit. I think that's helping me become a fan of orange. And then I used some ballet over the top of the orange, and just using my fingers spread it out, and then pulled that off using that spotty stencil, and I really love the look that gave. So I did that sort of across the back of the page. Then I added my napkin on top with gel medium, making sure I put it underneath and on top. And what has happened is you'll see the flowers kind of merge into the background, and some of those circles are showing through. So I just kind of went with that. I continued out of some of the flowers that are on the napkins that perhaps got half torn off, and then where there's gaps, I've enhance the circles that were there. And if there are a few gaps in between some flowers, which you can see I'm doing now, I've come in with the orange markers, and I love that the markers have a darker side and a lighter end, so you can really create a bit of shadowing and light by adding some orange circles and then just going over it a tad with the deeper orange and letting it smudge with just a wet brush. And it really is effective and looks really great. So I'm popping those circles in here and there in between the flowers that are on the napkin, and I'm really loving at this point is when it really started to come together, and it looks like one whole background. And you know, it's nice to create a bit of mystery as to how did she do that when actually it's quite simple. So I've stuck my flamingo down and I gave her a crown, and then I added some punk. So punk and is the neon purple and also the neon marker. I've just added a little bit of shadowing around my flamingo, and you'll see the bit of purple on there. When you see the photos, my camera with photos seems to really struggle to pick up purple, so it's probably better on the video that you can see the purple. But I've just created some shadow with the marker and then blended it with my wet brush again, and just, yeah, instead of using a Stabilo oil, I used the marker. And I put a few little purple bits around the place as well. So I've also added a little bit of depth to some of the flowers with the markers. Yeah, so it's a really cute little background. And then I've gone through the Golden Oldie quote book. So many quotes in there. There's always something that suits. And I've chosen this one, which is classy. You probably say classy. Classy, sassy, and just a little badassy. And I thought that suits this little flamingo. And I'm just bordering it with a black pen and doing some scribbles just to create some definition and shadow work. And then, as I said, just the center of the flowers, I'm sprucing them up a little bit. Yeah, but I really love how this page has come together, and I'm sure you're all already got your new stuff and using all your new bits and pieces, because they are amazing. So as I said, this one was created a while ago, and I'm sure you've got things that you can use in place if you are just playing with the new stuff right now. But I will be home very soon, and we can't wait to play. And because I'm going overseas, I always get lots of beautiful inspiration and always gets my creative juices flowing. So there'll be lots of videos to come. Thanks so much for sticking by me. And as always, I'd love, 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 love to hear from you, you beautiful people. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon.